Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show, talking with Ralph Rockem Randolph. He's got a Jim Beam kicking, and he's the president of the Sinister Mob Syndicate Motorcycle Club. Discovery Channel's The Devil's Ride. The finale for this season's 10 o'clock on Monday, you said?
Yes, Monday night. Monday night.
Monday night coming up, 10 o'clock. So what's, you hear anything about the future of the show? It looks good. I mean...
things look good for, you know, the numbers are climbing.
Right.
The fans are finally getting a hold of this. And I think this season we're able to really get the authenticity in there. Because last season, you know, Discovery, they weren't sure, right? I mean, this is dangerous ground.
They were half in, half out.
Yeah, because
you're right, it is. I mean, it's edgy stuff.
It's very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
And we live this. We're in this world, and they're like, oh, we don't want to get you hurt, but we want this.
But that's what's so great about it, too.
Yeah, it's very edgy. But we had some guys come to the table this year. Chucky down in San Diego, he stepped to the plate, and he actually stepped up to Discovery a little bit and said, hey, listen, if you want the real thing, let us do our thing.
And it'll work.
We know how to do this.
Yeah.
All right?
And it'll probably work, because people will be fascinated by it.
So it's good. But, you know, that's the whole thing. They're just, people are always like, how real is that? Well, did you see the guy's eye closed from the last episode? I mean, it was completely swollen shut. I mean, that's not makeup, guys. We don't do makeup. We don't, you know, that's not in the budget, right? It's just, that's real. That really happened.
Where did you learn how to fight? Like when did that happen? As a kid?
Just grew up in New Mexico,
just
man.
growing up like fighting. Yeah. Because there's different kinds of fighters. There's like, so the New Mexico thing, there's a city fighter, but not many people really know how to fight, you know?
No, I mean, I had a cousin that was much older than us, and he trained us boxing and kickboxing as we grew up as kids.
So you've been trained in that?
Yeah, we were trained. Yeah. That was our, you know, this whole mixed martial arts wasn't really a thing yet. I mean, we kickboxed. That was the closest thing.
Right,
right. You know, so now everyone's training. Yeah, which is exciting, because I think everyone should.
Are you a fan of the MMA stuff? Do you watch that?
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Did you ever consider doing that?
Well, we started that. I mean, when I was in college, that's what we were doing.
Okay.
You get $500 for a win.
Right.
Nothing for a lose.
Good money in college.
Yeah.
So it's winner take all.
Yeah, winner takes $500 home. And bare knuckle, and I mean, that's where it started from. Yeah, I remember it was anything goes.
That hurts, man.
Yeah. but it was real guys. But we grew up that way. We grew up fighting every day, man.
Right.
We just grew up fighting, going to school. It's like, man, I'd look at my watch. I remember that feeling like, here we go, man. Yeah. It's almost time for school to be out.
And why? What fighting about just anything in general?
We were the wrong ethnicity.
Oh, really? So
in New Mexico.
It was about that.
Yeah. I mean, we had to fight our way home.
No kidding.
But it was, you know, I look back on it, and man, they trained me really well.
It sounds it. I mean, if you grow up like that, there's not much you can't handle.
Yeah, I mean, you get heart, right? I mean, there's no way around it.
Yeah, and then you
get crushed.
Well, and then you build it, and then you throw the Marines, 5 years in the Marines on that, and there's not much you can't handle, or you're going to be intimidated by, you know. And I think that would be a key to being in a motorcycle club.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I got a fraction of that look. The Jim Beam helps that too sometimes. So now, what about like in the next season? Are there other clubs that are introduced into it, or if you do another season, like is it always going to be about the Laughing Devils?
Well, it's it's their show that we're imposters on their show.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's
so you're moving in.
We're taking over. We've moved in, and we're going like, hey, we're not leaving. We like it here. So we're growing it. We just started a charter in Arizona.
Yeah.
And we're growing. We're looking at this, and we've got a lot of support and a lot of people that want to be part of it.
Right.
And we're trying to find our space, because we really don't. You know, we want to live by outlaw the rules and the codes, but we're not really trying to take over any territory.
Right. To a certain extent, that's cool, but yeah, you're right. Exactly. Right. We're in civilization.
We just want to be a group of guys that are hanging out, having a good time. But if you mess with us, we'll step up.
What's a modern day sort of version of outlaw code? But what you just said, like if someone messes with you or people you love or something, it's just no holds barred. We're getting back at you. You're not going to call the cops. Is that it? Like you handle it yourself?
Yeah, basically.
Right.
Yeah, cops need not apply.
Listen, I mean, you know, that's where I'm from, North Jersey. For years, the Italians.
Right? That's how it works, right? It's all family, right?
Yeah,
so it's your
much.
family, right?
Yeah, a lot of stuff was settled in-house, put it that way.
How did how did you guys get involved with like the bigger clubs that came in and actually made that decision? Like there can only be one club in town with these colors. Did they come and
there may be
seek
some
you
old
out?
friends of mine that I brought into the game.
Oh, really? There you go.
And
Unofficially.
where are they from? And what's the
From San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the club is what? What's it called?
I don't know.
No, there's a secret club.
Yeah.
No, I heard it was like a big
I heard you guys talking earlier. There's some things you just can't talk about,
That's
right?
true. Right,
It's
absolutely.
a family business, man. We're not going to talk family business on here.
You know, it's funny. Believe it or not, it's funny because I'm laughing because I was brought up exactly that way, like where I'm from. You know, but that's why I can relate to it. And you know, some things should be handled by people.
Well,
you know?
I think that, you know, the attorneys and everything that's happened in our society, we've lost being men, right? Like some of that's been lost.
You hide behind a lot of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, the motorcycle club is going, hey, man, we're going to be men whether you like it or not. And here we are.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I mean, listen. I mean, some stuff is just right. You know, it's justice. You know, it's street justice.
it's just right. If someone keeps messing with you and you give them every opportunity for an out
Yeah.
and they continue, there's nothing wrong with popping them in the mouth,
After
right?
a while, I don't think so. I don't think so. Especially, there's a lot of people who do messed up stuff, and quite frankly, sometimes the law doesn't do enough. You know, as far as I'm concerned. But listen,
So how many guys are in the Sin Mob and how many guys are in the Laughing
I can't
Devils?
tell you.
That's another secret.
It's growing. That's all I can say is it's growing.
it's growing.
Well, are there more guys in the Laughing Devils or in Sin Mob?
Yes. Yeah, we're outnumbered about 3-1.
Wow.
It sounds like that you're into that, though.
Yeah, it's pretty
You
good
like
odds,
that
right?
challenge?
Yeah, I do. Well, I mean, the way I grew up, I mean, I'm better off fighting a multiple targets than I am one-on-one.
That's true.
Yeah, we just grew up that way, like getting attacked. So.
Right. Yeah. No, I grew up with some kids who, like, there's one guy in particular that no longer with us, I can remember. He would, if a bar fight broke up, he would see which was the underdog crew and join that. Just for the high of being
Just the sport of it, right?
Being outnumbered. Yeah. That's what he wanted to do. He goes, okay, who needs me? You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, listen, the TV thing, how many of you guys are kind of nervous about that? The TV situation, about what's on camera, what isn't.
Well, it's a tough thing to do because we're doing stuff that, you know, you normally wouldn't see on television. And there's some obviously lines we cross.
Right.
And it's not.
Did it ever get? I'll rephrase the question.
Okay.
Did you ever get footage where, like, you decided as a group, like, look, you're not using that?
I think Discovery gets footage that they look at and they go.
Right. It's more that way.
Yeah, I think they're.
Where they're like, we're not.
Yeah,
airing
I think their attorneys are going, hey, we're probably not going to air that.
Dude, you see, for someone like me, this is the best commercial for the show ever. I'm dying to watch it.
Right. It's just like, wait,
Yeah.
you
right.
we can't show that.
Do you guys get any say in?
It's out of control.
Do you guys get any say in the final product that airs, or is
The
that
editing,
all
how big you big in
Discovery?
the editing process?
No, I just saw that clip same time you did.
Do you
Yeah,
wanna
You probably
be-
saw it before me when they sent it out.
Do you want to be involved with them, or do you trust them?
I trust the advisor. I mean, Chucky, the guy that's overseeing this,
Right.
is from that world and down there, and he's kept an eye on this to keep it right.
Right.
And so I have all the faith in him, and he hasn't let me down yet.
long as you
I mean,
trust
it's-
him.
Yeah, I trust him 100%. I mean, he knows the world.
Listen, you know what's great about this? What I like about shows like this is, you know, the reality TV is so much for just like, it's like a woman's domain with the Real Housewives, Kardashians, blah, blah, blah. This is the guy's side of it. Like shows like this it's reality TV for guys, which
It is.
It needs. Television needs that because, I mean, let's face it, reality TV is here to stay.
It's not going anywhere.
No, it's not going anywhere. It's a huge part of network, not just, you know, regular networks. And there's a lot of money in it. So I like that this is the guy's side of it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's testosterone and
Right.
breathing fire and
Yeah, I mean, it's
fuel
real.
and it's dangerous. I mean, you don't even understand how dangerous it is to do this show. And the camera,
could
the
imagine.
camera guys that are hanging out of these vehicles trying to capture this stuff, and I mean, it's amazing we
Right.
haven't lost people on this show. I mean, it's that dangerous to capture.
What kind of bike do you ride? Do you have a particular bike that you like?
I still have a pumped up Harley that a Dyna FXDX. I mean,
Okay.
it's what I've ridden for a long time, and it's the sport bike of the Harleys.
Right. Do you own multiple bikes?
Yes.
Oh, okay. How many bikes you got?
I got 3 bikes.
That's cool.
But I build custom bikes. I mean, I can build something, I ride it for a
build them
while,
yourself.
and then I sell it.
You know, we got to take a break. I want to ask you more about the building side of it too, because that's fascinating to me too. And you're building. You say you just built one for. Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
That's right.
did a bike for him. I did a Texas Longhorn bike that, won the national championship for Texas Longhorns.
I want to ask you more about that side of it, too. That's cool.
Yeah, no, and it's a passion. And whenever you can create something from the ground up, and it's going to outlive me. It's kind of cool, right?
Creative. It's something to remember. You're remembered by, yeah. Okay, we're going to take a break. Come back with more Ralph after this.
The Artie Lange Show. Weeknights on Audience. Only on DirecTV.